Students, good morning, one and all. So today I am going to teach you about chemistry. In chemistry, our topic name is, that is unit name is chemical reactions and equations. Okay, students, we are going to learn this. What is meant by chemical reaction and what is meant by equation here? We have to know that. Generally, you have learned about this chemical reactions and equations right from the 6th standard onwards. Okay, what is generally a reaction? What is meant by an equation? First and foremost, we should know, because these are the basic things we have to know. So generally, you tell me how the reaction is being getting formed. Reaction is being formed between the two substances. Two chemical substances, a reaction is being formed. Okay, so in this way the reaction is being formed. You all are aware about it, because that is a basic concept, that how the reaction is being formed. And what is an equation? A chemical equation is nothing but it is a equation which is formed with the help of both the reactants as well as the product. The combination of both this reactants as well as the products ultimately forms the reaction is being taking place. At last, the final product is being formed. So generally, what is meant by a reactant and what is meant by a product? Elements which are present in the left side of the equation, that is called as the reactants. And the elements which are being obtained from the reaction side, those are called as the products. Okay, students, I am going to explain about it by the help of an example. Example which I told you I am going to give is zinc plus H2SO4. What is this? Sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Will give rise to zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. Zinc plus sulfuric acid will give rise to zinc sulfate plus H2. Now what I told you that very clearly that chemical equation is being will be getting represented with the help of some reactants as well as also the products formed, and the total reaction will be taking place between these reactants, and ultimately the final product will be formed out towards the right hand side, and at last we can conclude that the total reaction which has been formed here will give us a chemical equation. It will represent the chemical equation in this form with the help of both the reactants and the products. So what is this here? What is the reaction taking place between what are the substances here? Zinc plus sulfuric acid will give rise to zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. Okay, that is Zn plus H2SO4 will give rise to zinc sulfate ZnSO4 plus H2. This is called as a chemical equation. Okay. The process of making different number of atoms equal on both sides of the chemical equation is termed to be a balanced chemical equation. The process of making the different number of atoms equal on both sides of a chemical reaction, then we can see that the reaction or the chemical equation is being got balanced. We will see this with an example called as plus O2 will give rise to what, students? Will give rise to H2O. When you observe here, we have two molecules of hydrogen plus two molecules of oxygen will give rise to what here? Water, that is H2O. That is two molecules of hydrogen plus one molecule of oxygen. That is H2O is nothing but it is the water, standard formula of the water. That means BC is when you observe towards the left hand side and the right hand side here. Is the equation called balanced? No, it is an imbalanced. It is an imbalanced reaction. It is an imbalance. To make the equation balanced, let us see that two molecules of hydrogen plus oxygen will give rise to 2H2O. Now check it. That is, two molecules of hydrogen plus oxygen will give rise to, what is that? Two molecules of water. That means check here, 2 2s are 4 molecules of hydrogen plus 2 molecules of oxygen. 2 2s are 4. When you check it here, 2 2s are 4 molecules of hydrogen and 2 molecules of oxygen. 2 1s are 2. That means it is got balance. 2 molecules of water. So this is called as what, students? Here it is a balanced chemical equation. Balanced chemical equation. Okay, students, this is a balanced chemical equation. So students, the next concept is we have types of chemical reactions. We have 4 types of chemical reactions. The first one is chemical combination. The second one is a decomposition reaction. The third one is a displacement reaction. And fourth one is a double displacement reaction. What is this chemical combination? Means a chemical reaction in which 2 or more substances will combine together or they react together to form one compound. But that is, let us see with an example here. That is 2 molecules of magnesium plus oxygen will give rise to 2 molecules of magnesium oxide. How did you get this one? See, this is an equation here with forming 2 molecules of magnesium plus oxygen. Okay. So ultimately we are getting 2 molecules of magnesium oxide. Just check it whether the chemical equation is got balanced or not. 2 molecules of magnesium, the 2 molecules of magnesium, and you have 2 molecules of oxygen. 2 into 1 are 2. Okay. In this way, the product is formed. What is the product here? 2 molecules of magnesium oxide. Molecules of magnesium and oxygen is getting combined to form magnesium oxide. So in this way, we are going to get the product which will be obtained in the chemical combination. So this is a chemical combination. What is chemical combination? 2 or more substances will combine to form one single substance. That is called as a chemical combination. The next one is decomposition reaction. That is the second one. What is a decomposition reaction? When one substance is going to be divided into 2 substances. Okay. One chemical substances will be splitting into 2 or more substances. But whereas in the chemical combination, 2 substances will form one chemical equation. But whereas in the case of decomposition reaction, one substance will combine to form or it will split up into 2 or more compounds. The best example for this decomposition reaction is calcium carbonate. This calcium carbonate will be giving rise to what? 2 substances. What is that 2 substances? One is the calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. So 2 substances are being formed on the product side, and towards the reactant side we have taken CaCO3, which is the calcium carbonate. That is the major difference between the chemical combination and decomposition reaction. The third one is the displacement reaction, students. Here in the displacement reaction, the reaction which has been formed here is copper sulfate plus zinc will give rise to zinc sulfate plus copper. That means they are going to interchange the elements, and they are going to form one new substance. So that substances which are being formed towards the product side with the help of these chemical substances formed in the reactant side will give rise to what? Zinc sulfate plus copper. That is, copper sulfate plus zinc will give rise to what? Zinc sulfate plus copper. That means the exchange of the elements are taking place in the displacement reaction when the chemical reaction is being taking place. That is the displacement reaction here. And coming to the double displacement reaction, we have AgNO3, that is silver nitrate plus sodium chloride will give rise to AgCl, that is nothing but a silver chloride plus NaNO3, that is sodium nitrate. The same thing. which has been formed in the displacement reaction. Here also in our displacement reaction, the same thing is being happening here in the exchange of elements are being taking place during the chemical reaction, and hence the products will be formed from the reactant side, and thus the new compounds are being formed towards the product side. That is the double displacement reaction. Next one is precipitation reaction. What is the precipitation reaction? A precipitation reaction is being defined as any reaction in which an insoluble solid is formed that separates from the solution is called precipitation reaction. So whatever the insoluble solid is there, that will separate from the solution, which is termed to be the precipitate reaction or the precipitation reaction, what we call. The next concept is oxidation, the reaction in which the addition of oxygen to the substance, or you can tell the removal of hydrogen, is termed to be the oxidation. That is nothing but we can say that addition of oxygen to the atoms, whereas removal of hydrogen to the substance is termed to be the oxidation. That is, what is that one? In shortly we can say that addition of oxygens, that is gain of oxygens or loss of hydrogen atoms will be termed to be the oxidation reaction. Similarly, coming to the reduction reaction, the reaction in which the addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen is termed to be the reduction, or simply we can say that loss of oxygen atoms and gain of hydrogen atoms will be termed to be the reduction reaction. Okay, that is gain of hydrogens, loss of oxygens. Okay, students. The next one is redox reactions. The oxidation and reduction reactions are called redox reactions. So the combination of these two reactions will give rise to what? The redox reactions. The oxidation and reduction reactions are termed to be the redox reactions. Corrosion. What is the corrosion? This process in which metals are heated up gradually by the action of air, moisture or a chemicals on their surface. That means whenever the chemicals are sprayed on the metals, or when it is subjected to air, or whenever it is being got eaten up, it will be getting spoiled. That is, it is not going to be in a permanent position of a state. It will be getting spoiled when it is subjected to the air or mixture, or when the chemicals are sprayed on it. That type of process is termed to be the corrosion. That type of process is termed to be the corrosion. That is, simply the metals are going to be getting spoiled. Okay, students. Okay, let us learn the next concept, next definition for rancidity here. What is rancidity? Rancidity is defined as the condition produced by aerial oxidation of fats and oils in foods marked by unpleasant smell and taste is called to be the rancidity. That means the subject of aerial oxidation of both the fats as well as oils in foods marked by unpleasant smell. That is, you are going to get a foul smell, and taste also will be get different, which is termed to be the rancidity. The next term or the next definition is called exothermic reaction. The chemical reaction in which heat is released along with the formation of the products is called the exothermic reaction. So, the chemical reaction in which heat is got released. So in this exothermic reaction, the heat is to be getting released here with the formation of products, and thus it is to be defined as, the reaction is defined as the exothermic reaction. The best example for this exothermic reaction which has been given here is 2 molecules of hydrogen plus oxygen will give rise to 2 molecules of water. The next one is endothermic reaction. In endothermic reaction, the chemical reaction in which energy is absorbed. Here, the energy is got absorbed here. Okay, it is termed to be the endothermic reaction. Whereas coming to the exothermic reaction, the energy is got released. So always remember, for exothermic reaction the energy will be released, and for the endothermic reaction the energy will be absorbed, and that is termed to be the endothermic reaction. The best example which is given for the endothermic reaction here is two molecules of silver chloride, that is two molecules of AgCl will give rise to two molecules of silver plus chlorine. This is the best example for an endothermic reaction. So just the very important thing which I want to say is how to remember oxidation and reduction. How to remember oxidation and reduction I told you in the previous definitions. In the same way, for the exothermic and endothermic, how we are going to remember is, for the exothermic, what will happen here is the energy will be released here for the exothermic, and whereas coming from the endothermic, heat is going to be absorbed. Okay. So how I told you for oxidation and reduction also, here the same thing you are going to remember two words for exothermic and endothermic. For exothermic it is released, and for endothermic it is absorbed. Okay, absorption of heat and release of heat. Okay, chemical decomposition next. Okay, a single reactant breaks down into a simple product. So what is that one? Single reactant is been breaking down into simple products. Reactant is being getting breaking down into two products. What is the best example? That is calcium carbonate. Let us take calcium carbonate, CaCO3, and this symbol indicates the heat here. Okay, there is CaO, that is calcium oxide, which is basic in nature, and plus carbon dioxide is formed. That means one single reaction is being getting split up into two substances, that is two products are being formed, that is calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. And coming to the next one is antioxidants. The substances which prevents oxidation of food is called as antioxidation. The substances which prevents the oxidation of foods is termed to be the antioxidation. Okay. So students, till now we have learned about the chemical equations, balanced chemical equations, types of chemical equations, and few concepts. So now we are going to learn the entire things in the form of a memory map. So this is the memory map, or you can see the one from flowchart. See here, the chemical changes will form chemical reactions, and these chemical reactions in turn forms chemical equations and balancing chemical equations, and these chemical equations are found balanced chemical equations. From here we are getting informal chemical equations, and we have some types of chemical reactions which we have already learned in the definitions, like chemical combination, chemical decomposition, chemical displacement, and chemical double decomposition. Already we have learned in the definitions. You know that what is meant by chemical combination, decomposition, displacement, and double decomposition. The next one, under decomposition, these thermal reactions are being formed. What are thermal reactions? The reactions which takes place in the forms of heat, that is termed to be the thermal reaction. And the photochemical reaction, the reaction which takes place in the presence of light, is termed the photochemical reactions. And this photochemical reactions, again from there we are going to form the electrolysis here. What is electrolysis? Electrolysis, breaking down of the water molecules. That is termed to be the electrolysis. Then we have a redox reactions. Under that we have oxidation and reduction. We know oxidation reduction. Oxidation is nothing but gain of oxygens or removal of hydrogens, and reduction is removal of oxygens and addition. Removal of oxygens and addition of hydrogens is termed as the reduction. Then again we have corrosion. I told you what is meant by corrosion and what is meant by rusting. The substances which are getting rusted, some of the chemical substances, and what is meant by corrosion. Corrosion is nothing but the metals are eaten out with the help of some moisture, okay, all the things which we have already learned. So this is one form of memory map which we have learned, and after learning this we are going with some of the concepts in the next class. Okay students, so please try to remember all this one, which is will be very helpful for writing your examination for 1 mark point or 2 marks question, however you will give in the examination. The next concept here is skeleton equation. What is the skeleton equation? Unbalanced chemical equation containing molecular formula of the substances is known as the skeleton equation. Okay? Yes. What is meant by a balanced chemical equation? Yesterday we have learned about it. What is meant by a balanced chemical equation? The process of making different types of atoms equal on both the sides of the equation. What is equation? Containing both the reactants as well as the products is termed to be the equation, the balanced equation. In this example here, C3H8, that means it contains 3 molecules of carbon and 8 molecules of hydrogen plus 2 molecules of oxygen will give rise to what here? Carbon dioxide. 1 molecule of carbon, 2 molecules of oxygen plus 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen. That means when we check here, there are 3 carbon atoms, and when you check it here, 3 carbons are here. But when you check towards the right hand side, there is only 1 carbon. Yes, coming to this one, 3 carbons are there and only 1 carbon is there. We need 2 more to be getting balanced, but it is not balanced. Okay, let us check for the hydrogens. 8 hydrogens are there, 2 hydrogens are there. So this is also not balanced. Similarly, when we come to the oxygen here, there are 2 molecules of oxygen, but here when we combine 2 plus 1, 3 molecules of oxygen is there. So now you people tell me whether it is balanced or unbalanced. It is obviously understood that it is an unbalanced equation. So such type of unbalanced chemical equation is termed to be the skeleton equation. Concept is interpreting a balanced chemical equation. So you are aware about the balanced chemical equation now. What is meant by a balanced chemical equation? You know what is the definition. How to balance the chemical equation I told you. And you know the difference between what is meant by a skeleton equation and also a balanced chemical equation. Now there are some rules what we need to follow in our case. Number 1 is a chemical equation. It gives information about reactants and products through the symbols and formulas. So one of the most important one is a chemical equation which contains both reactants and products. It gives information about those reactants and products which are involved in the chemical equation using the symbols and the formulas which is involved in the chemical reaction. This is point number 1. Coming to the second one, it gives the ratio of the molecules of reactants and products. Second one is it gives ratio of the molecules of both the reactants and as well as also the products. Coming to the point 3, as molecular masses are expressed in the unified mass, the relative masses of the reactants and products are known from the equation. Since the molecular masses are expressed in the unified mass, so what is the meaning of this unified mass here? Mass is defined as the 1/12 of the unbounded neutral carbon atom. Okay, is defined as the unified mass, and the relative masses of the reactants and products which will be known from the equation. If the masses are expressed in grams, then the equation also gives the molar ratio of reactants and the products. So, if at all the masses are expressed in the grams, what does the equation indicates? It indicates the molar ratio of both the reactants as well as also the products. Coming to the next point, if the gases are again involved, we can equate their masses. What masses of their gases to their volumes, and we can calculate the volumes are those gases liberated at given condition of temperature and pressure using molar mass and molar volume relationship. We can express by using both the temperature and pressure by using molar mass and molar volume relationship. This is our fifth point. Coming to the sixth point, we have using molar mass and Avogadro's number. So what is this Avogadro's number? What is the value of this Avogadro number? It is equal to 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules, children. Please take down that one. Okay, that is the value of Avogadro's number. And by using that one, we can calculate the number of molecules and atoms of different substances from the equation. So, it also gives information about the relative masses of both reactants as well as the products from the equation, and thus we get number one is mass relationship. Next, mass volume relationship. Next, volume relationship. Mass, volume, and number of molecules relationship, etc. So with this, we can learn these things from the concept called interpreting the balanced chemical equation. So we were learning about the different concepts like what is meant by reaction, what is meant by an equation, what is meant by a chemical equation, how many types of chemical equations are there, like chemical combination, chemical decomposition, chemical displacement, chemical double decomposition reaction, then photochemical equation, thermal equation. If you want all these students, just to verify the memory map which I was explaining, which I had already explained you. So you just go through that. In this way, if you learn all these concepts, whatever I explained, apart from this one, I have explained you about oxidation, reduction. Then I have explained you about what is meant by corrosion, reactivity. All these are very important for the examination point of view for one more question, and also it will be helpful for your writers for competitive exams. Okay, and so we go through all these things very clearly, and how to balance the chemical equation, what is meant by spherical equation, and what are the rules to be followed for interpreting a balanced chemical equation. And all these things which I taught you, you please go through correctly. Okay.